So hi and welcome to the very first episode of the ResinJack podcast. The idea was to, I spend most of my time talking to people on the phone or in meetings or whatever it is each day. And I realised that there is so much gold in those conversations. There's so much information to be shared and there's so much that other people can benefit from. And then, so that's the first aspect. It's something of value to resin flooring. And then the second thing I realise is that we as an industry, we sit a long time behind a windscreen, driving from job to job, between jobs, coats, whatever it is. And we spend a lot of time behind a grinder. Now that is mind-numbing stuff. So I figure let's use that time, which is quite often dead time, to be honest, and let's use that time to share some of our knowledge, some of our experience. And that's the basis for this podcast. So what you'll be hearing over the coming series is certainly me sharing my experiences, discussing contents of the book that I wrote. I want to have some people on that that step out from behind the grinder. They're particularly interesting people, and I find as an industry we don't actually spend enough time talking to our fellow colleagues. There is so much that we can gain, and I don't mean in a financial sense. I mean even in a self-confidence sense, in a community sense, that we can benefit as an industry by sharing more experiences. And what you'll realise too, as I know, is that people out there aren't actually warring dogs. We're not there fighting against each other all the time. We're very similar in our natures, in what we're wanting, in our simple wants and needs. But until we bring that human element to it, it's just someone out there that's taking business off you. That's the simple mentality. And I want to break some of those barriers down because I've met some tremendous people and I've enjoyed building those relationships now and some of them nearly 20 years. So that's the podcast. Let's get into it. And if you like it, by all means follow it, subscribe to it. I want your comments. I want your questions. I really want to be able to tackle the questions that I get and make it more engaging, make it more dynamic so that you're hearing the things that you want to hear about. You're hearing the topics that we should be discussing as an industry. And that is from the product side, the project side, and the industry side. Let's get into this. I'm ResinJack and I'm really excited about this podcast. So I look forward to hearing from you and take care and keep smiling.